Imagine waking up in the morning, placing your feet on the floor, and instead of feeling stiffness, heaviness, or that dull, aching pressure in your legs, you feel circulation, you feel warmth, you feel strength moving through your veins again. Now listen carefully, because today we're talking about a natural oil that many seniors completely overlook. Yet it has the power to improve blood flow in your legs faster than most people realize. This oil is extra virgin olive oil. Yes, the same oil sitting quietly in your kitchen. But when used correctly, it can dramatically improve circulation, support your arteries, and help your legs feel lighter and stronger. There is a silent problem that creeps into the lives of millions of seniors, and most people don't even realize it's happening until their body starts sending warning signals. It begins with something small. Your legs feel a little heavier than they used to. Your feet feel colder in the morning. Walking the same distance suddenly feels more tiring. And then one day you notice something strange. The strength you once had in your legs feels like it's slowly slipping away. This isn't just aging. In many cases, this is the result of poor blood circulation, and it's one of the most overlooked health issues affecting older adults today. The truth is shocking. After the age of 60, blood vessels begin to lose their flexibility. The delicate inner lining of the arteries, known as the endothelium, starts to weaken. When this happens, arteries cannot expand properly to allow healthy blood flow. Blood becomes sluggish. Oxygen delivery to the muscles slows down, and the legs, which are the farthest point from the heart, are often the first place this problem appears. Doctors call this condition impaired circulation, and it can lead to fatigue, cramping, numbness, swelling, and in severe cases, a dangerous condition known as peripheral artery disease. According to cardiovascular research, more than 200 million people worldwide suffer from peripheral artery disease, and many of them are seniors who simply thought their symptoms were normal aging. But here's where science reveals something remarkable. Hidden inside a simple kitchen ingredient is a natural compound that can help restore the body's ability to move blood more efficiently through the arteries. This ingredient is extra virgin olive oil, and its effect on circulation has been studied for decades by some of the most respected medical researchers in the world. Extra virgin olive oil contains a powerful monounsaturated fat known as oleic acid, along with a group of rare antioxidants called polyphenols. These compounds are not just nutrients. They act like biological signals inside the body, influencing how blood vessels behave. When polyphenols enter the bloodstream, they begin interacting with the cells that line the arteries. And here's the fascinating part. Those cells respond by producing a molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is one of the most important molecules for healthy circulation. It sends a message to the muscles surrounding the blood vessels telling them to relax. When these muscles relax, the arteries widen. And when arteries widen, blood can travel faster and more efficiently throughout the body. This process is called vasodilation, and it's absolutely critical for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your legs. Without proper vasodilation, blood struggles to reach the lower limbs. The muscles become deprived of oxygen. That's when you start feeling burning sensations, tightness in the calves, or weakness after walking only short distances. But when nitric oxide production improves, something powerful happens. Blood flow increases. Oxygen reaches the muscle fibers again. Nerve endings begin receiving the nutrients they need to function properly. And slowly, the legs begin to feel warmer, stronger, and more alive. This is not speculation. Multiple clinical studies have confirmed the effect. Researchers studying the Mediterranean diet, which is rich in extra virgin olive oil, found that people who consume olive oil regularly have significantly better endothelial function compared to those who consume processed fats. Their arteries remain more elastic, allowing blood to flow more freely, even as they age. In one groundbreaking study published in the journal Circulation, scientists observed that just a few tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil improved blood vessel responsiveness within hours. That means the body begins reacting to these beneficial compounds almost immediately after consumption. Now think about what this means for your legs. Your leg muscles require an enormous supply of oxygen-rich blood to function properly. Every step you take requires coordination between muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. When circulation slows down, the muscles simply don't get the fuel they need. This leads to fatigue and weakness, but olive oil helps reverse that process by improving the environment inside your arteries. Another powerful effect of olive oil is its ability to reduce inflammation inside the blood vessels. Chronic inflammation is one of the leading causes of stiff arteries. Over time, inflammation damages the inner lining of the vessels, making it harder for blood to move smoothly. The polyphenols in olive oil act like microscopic bodyguards, protecting the artery walls from oxidative stress. They neutralize harmful free radicals that damage vascular tissue. The result? Arteries stay smoother, blood flows more easily, and circulation improves not just in the heart, but all the way down to the feet. That's why populations that consume olive oil daily have some of the lowest rates of cardiovascular disease and circulation disorders in the world. But perhaps the most surprising benefit appears in the smallest blood vessels in your body. These tiny vessels are called capillaries, and they are responsible for delivering oxygen directly to the muscle cells in your legs. When capillary circulation improves, muscles receive more energy and recover faster from physical activity. This is why many seniors who incorporate olive oil into their diet report something unexpected. They feel less heaviness in their legs, walking becomes easier, their feet feel warmer. Even nighttime leg cramps can begin to fade. It's not magic. It's biology working the way it was designed to work. And here's the most important thing to understand. Improving circulation doesn't just affect comfort, it affects long-term mobility and independence. Healthy blood flow keeps muscles nourished and nerves functioning. It helps prevent weakness and supports the ability to stay active later in life. When circulation improves, every step becomes easier, every movement requires less effort, and the body begins to regain a sense of vitality that many people thought was gone forever. So when you look at a bottle of extra virgin olive oil, you're not just looking at a cooking ingredient, you're looking at a natural tool that can help support one of the most important systems in your body, the network of arteries responsible for keeping your legs alive with oxygen and energy. Sometimes the difference between heavy legs and strong leg, between fatigue and vitality, between slowing down and staying active, can start with something as simple as what you choose to put on your plate each day. And the science behind it is clearer than ever. There is a hidden battle happening inside the arteries of millions of seniors right now. A battle that most people never see, never feel, and never understand until the damage has already begun. It doesn't start with pain. It starts silently. Deep inside the walls of your arteries, tiny particles of cholesterol begin sticking to the surface like dust collecting in a pipe. Day after day, year after year, these particles slowly accumulate. And before a person even realizes what's happening, the arteries that once carried life-giving blood smoothly through the body begin to narrow. This process is known as atherosclerosis, and it is one of the leading causes of poor circulation, heart disease, and stroke across the world. According to cardiovascular research, plaque buildup inside arteries is responsible for nearly 18 million deaths every year globally. But what makes this problem even more dangerous is that the earliest warning signs are easy to ignore. Cold feet, leg fatigue, cramping when walking. Many seniors assume it's simply aging, but in reality, it may be the first signal that blood vessels are slowly becoming blocked. When arteries narrow, blood struggles to reach the legs. The muscles become starved of oxygen, the nerves become irritated, and the body begins sending distress signals through pain, weakness, and swelling. This is why doctors often warn that poor artery health doesn't just affect the heart, it affects the entire body, especially the lower limbs. But here is where an extraordinary discovery from nutritional science changes the conversation. A simple natural oil consumed for thousands of years in Mediterranean cultures has shown the ability to protect arteries and slow the buildup of dangerous plaque. That oil is extra virgin olive oil. At first glance, it may seem too simple to be powerful, but inside olive oil exists a complex mixture of protective compounds that modern science is still discovering. One of the most important mechanisms involves LDL cholesterol, often referred to as bad cholesterol. LDL itself is not always the enemy. In fact, the body needs cholesterol to build cells and produce hormones. The real danger begins when LDL becomes oxidized. Oxidized LDL is highly reactive. It sticks aggressively to artery walls and triggers inflammation. Once this process begins, immune cells rush to the area to fight what the body believes is a threat. These immune cells swallow the oxidized cholesterol, transforming into what scientists call foam cells. Over time, these foam cells accumulate and form fatty streaks that slowly grow into hardened plaque. And here's the shocking part. Many people walk around for decades with this plaque silently growing inside their arteries without a single obvious symptom. But research has revealed something remarkable about the compounds in extra virgin olive oil. The powerful antioxidants known as polyphenols help prevent LDL cholesterol from oxidizing in the first place. This is critical because if LDL does not oxidize, it is far less likely to stick to artery walls and trigger plaque formation. Think of these polyphenols as a protective shield traveling through your bloodstream. They neutralize harmful free radicals before they can damage cholesterol particles. By doing this, they interrupt the chain reaction that leads to clogged arteries. One of the most studied polyphenols in olive oil is hydroxytyrosol, a compound so powerful that scientists have described it as one of the most effective natural antioxidants found in food. In fact, the European Food Safety Authority officially recognizes that olive oil polyphenols contribute to the protection of blood lipids from oxidative stress. That means regular consumption of high-quality olive oil can literally help defend the bloodstream against the chemical reactions that damage arteries. But the protection doesn't stop there. Olive oil also influences the behavior of the artery walls themselves. Healthy arteries are flexible and smooth. Blood flows through them effortlessly. But when inflammation develops, the inner lining becomes rough and sticky. This makes it easier for cholesterol particles to cling to the walls. The anti-inflammatory compounds in olive oil help calm this inflammatory response. They reduce the signals that cause immune cells to attack artery walls, allowing the endothelium, the delicate inner lining, to remain smooth and functional. This smooth surface is essential because when the inner lining of arteries stays healthy, blood can move through the vessels without obstruction. One of the most powerful demonstrations of this effect comes from the famous PREDIME study, one of the largest nutrition trials ever conducted. Researchers followed thousands of individuals at high risk of cardiovascular disease. Participants who consumed a Mediterranean diet rich in extra virgin olive oil experienced a significant reduction in heart attacks, strokes, and cardiovascular complications compared to those following low-fat diets. And this improvement wasn't small. The risk reduction was so dramatic that researchers ended the study early because the benefits were impossible to ignore. Now imagine what this means for the arteries that supply blood to your legs. When plaque formation slows down, arteries remain wider. When arteries remain wider, blood flows more easily. And when blood flows freely, muscles in the legs receive the oxygen they need to stay strong. This is why protecting artery health is not just about preventing heart disease. It's about preserving the ability to move, walk, and live independently as we age. Another fascinating benefit of olive oil is its effect on HDL cholesterol, often called the good cholesterol. HDL acts like a cleanup crew in the bloodstream. It collects excess cholesterol and transports it back to the liver for removal. Studies have shown that olive oil consumption can increase HDL functionality, making it more efficient at clearing harmful cholesterol from the arteries. This means olive oil doesn't just prevent damage, it also helps the body remove cholesterol that may already be circulating in the blood. So while plaque buildup is a slow and silent process, the body also has its own defense system, and the nutrients in olive oil help strengthen that defense. Over time, these small protective effects add up in powerful ways. Arteries stay more flexible, cholesterol behaves more predictably, inflammation stays under control, and the bloodstream becomes a much safer environment for the heart, the brain, and the legs. Because when arteries remain open and healthy, every organ in the body benefits. The heart pumps with less resistance, the brain receives a steady flow of oxygen, and the legs, the body's foundation for movement, receive the circulation they depend on. This is why the difference between blocked arteries and healthy arteries often begins with everyday choices, not expensive treatments, not complicated medical procedures. Sometimes it begins with something as simple as replacing harmful processed fats with a natural oil that has been protecting human health for centuries. A single daily habit that quietly supports the arteries, keeps blood moving, and helps preserve the strength that allows us to keep moving forward. There is a moment many seniors quietly experience but rarely talk about. It happens when you stand up after sitting for a while and your legs feel stiff, heavy, almost as if they belong to someone else. The strength that once carried you effortlessly through your day suddenly feels unreliable. Walking a short distance can bring tightness to your calves. At night, painful cramps may wake you from sleep. And the most frustrating part is this lingering question in the back of your mind. Why are my legs losing their strength? For millions of older adults, the answer lies in something deceptively simple: circulation. Your leg muscles are some of the hardest working muscles in your entire body. Every step you take demands oxygen, nutrients, and energy delivered through an intricate network of blood vessels. When that supply slows down, the muscles begin to struggle. Fatigue arrives faster, recovery takes longer, strength slowly fades. But here's the powerful truth most people never hear. Sometimes the difference between weak legs and stronger, more energized legs begins with one small daily habit. Just 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil a day. It may sound almost too simple to believe, but the science behind this habit is surprisingly powerful. Extra virgin olive oil contains a rare combination of monounsaturated fats and polyphenols that directly influence how the body manages inflammation, circulation, and muscle performance. When consumed regularly, these compounds begin interacting with multiple systems in the body at once. Let's start with circulation. When you consume extra virgin olive oil, its polyphenols help stimulate the production of nitric oxide in the blood vessels. Nitric oxide acts like a signal that tells arteries to relax and widen. When arteries expand, blood flows more freely. This means more oxygen and nutrients reach the muscles in your legs. For a senior dealing with sluggish circulation, that improved blood flow can feel like flipping a switch. Warmer feet, less heaviness in the calves, a subtle return of energy in the legs. But circulation is only one part of the story. Your muscles also depend on something called mitochondria. These are microscopic energy factories inside every muscle cell. Their job is to convert oxygen and nutrients into the energy that powers movement. But as we age, mitochondrial efficiency declines. Scientists estimate that mitochondrial function can drop by nearly 50% between early adulthood and later life. When this happens, muscles fatigue faster. Walking becomes more difficult. Recovery after activity slows dramatically. Here's where olive oil shows another remarkable benefit. The antioxidants in olive oil help protect mitochondria from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust inside the body. It damages cells and interferes with their ability to produce energy. By neutralizing harmful free radicals, olive oil helps keep these tiny energy factories functioning more efficiently. This means your leg muscles can produce energy more effectively, even as you age. Now imagine combining improved circulation with better cellular energy production. The muscles receive more oxygen, and they also become better at using that oxygen to generate strength. That combination can make a real difference in daily life. Many seniors report that after incorporating olive oil into their routine, walking feels easier. Standing for longer periods becomes more comfortable. Even simple activities like climbing stairs or gardening begin to feel less exhausting. But there's another method that can amplify these benefits even further: combining olive oil with garlic. Garlic contains a compound known as allicin, which has been extensively studied for its cardiovascular benefits. Allicin helps relax blood vessels and reduce blood pressure, which supports smoother circulation throughout the body. When garlic and olive oil are consumed together, they create what researchers call a synergistic effect. In simple terms, they make each other more powerful. The antioxidants in olive oil help stabilize the active compounds in garlic, allowing them to work more effectively inside the bloodstream. Just 1 crushed clove of garlic mixed with a tablespoon of olive oil and added to food can create a natural combination that supports heart health and circulation at the same time. And then there's something many people overlook entirely: the power of touch. Using olive oil for gentle leg massage before bedtime can stimulate circulation directly in the lower limbs. When you massage the calves and feet, you activate tiny capillaries beneath the skin. These capillaries are responsible for delivering oxygen directly to tissues. The warmth of the oil combined with the pressure of the massage encourages blood to move through these vessels more freely. This can help reduce stiffness, calm irritated nerves, and promote relaxation in the muscles. For seniors who struggle with nighttime leg cramps, this simple routine can be surprisingly comforting. But the benefits go deeper than comfort. Improving circulation and muscle function in the legs plays a critical role in maintaining mobility and independence as we age. According to mobility research, reduced leg strength is one of the strongest predictors of loss of independence in older adults. When leg muscles weaken, everyday tasks become harder, walking becomes slower, balance declines, and the risk of falls increases dramatically. But when muscles receive proper oxygen, nutrients, and energy, they maintain their function much longer. That's why small daily habits matter so much. A tablespoon of olive oil drizzled over vegetables, mixed into a warm bowl of soup, added to whole grain bread, or combined with garlic for an extra cardiovascular boost. These simple choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they support the very systems that keep your body moving. They help your arteries stay flexible. They protect your muscle cells from damage. They improve the efficiency of circulation throughout your legs. And perhaps most importantly, they remind us of something powerful about human health. Sometimes the solutions we search for in expensive treatments or complicated programs are already sitting quietly in our kitchens. A golden oil that has nourished civilizations for thousands of years, an everyday ingredient with the potential to support stronger legs, better circulation, and a more active life. And for many seniors, that small daily habit may become the difference between feeling limited by their legs and feeling the confidence to keep moving forward every single day.